This video is for anyone who feels tied to Windows just because of software. Today I'm on Linux Mint 22.3, codename Xena, and I'm going to show you the exact apps I use so I don't miss Windows at all. Every program here is already installed on my system, and I'll open them one by one and explain what they do in real life, not in technical theory. When people think about leaving Windows, the first fear is always the same. Will my work stop? The honest answer is no, as long as you know the right tools. Linux is not missing software. Most of the time, it just uses different names. Let's start with GIMP. This is the image editor that replaces Photoshop for most people. When I open GIMP, I can edit photos, make thumbnails, design social media posts, and even do detailed graphic work. You have layers, brushes, text tools, color correction, and effects. For YouTubers, bloggers, students, and designers, this covers almost everything. Unless you are doing extremely advanced commercial Photoshop work with very specific plugins, GIMP handles daily image editing easily. The performance on Mint is smooth, and it doesn't feel heavy on the system. Next is Krita. Some people think GIMP and Krita are the same, but they're made for different things. Krita is focused on drawing and digital art. If you use a drawing tablet, this is where Linux really shines. Krita has amazing brushes, stabilizers for smooth lines, animation tools, and a clean interface for artists. Anyone who sketches, paints digitally, makes comics, or designs characters will feel at home here. On Windows, you might use something like Clip Studio or Photoshop for drawing, but Krita does this job beautifully for free. Now I open VLC. This one needs no introduction. VLC plays almost every video and audio format you can imagine. On Linux Mint, it works out of the box. You don't need extra codecs, you don't need strange packs, you just open your movie and it plays. I use it for local videos, lectures, and even streaming links sometimes. The controls are simple, playback is stable, and it's lightweight. Let's move to FileZilla. If you manage websites, upload files to a server, or work with hosting, this is essential. FileZilla is an FTP client. FTP means File Transfer Protocol, which is just a way to move files between your computer and a server on the internet. I use it to upload website files, backups, and updates. It connects fast, shows local files on one side and server files on the other, and you can drag and drop. For web developers and bloggers, this replaces tools people often use on Windows without any problem. Now I open Bottles. This is a big one for people coming from Windows. Bottles helps you run Windows applications on Linux. It uses something called Wine in the background, but Bottles makes everything simple with a friendly interface. You can create separate environments for different programs, install certain Windows software, and manage settings without touching complicated commands. If you still need a specific Windows app, Bottles gives you a bridge. It doesn't mean every program will work perfectly fine, but for many apps, and even some games, it works surprisingly well. Next up is GPU Screen Recorder. For content creators, this is powerful. Screen recording can be heavy on a system, but GPU screen recorders use your graphics card to do the work instead of only the CPU. That means smoother recording and less lag. I use it for tutorials, demonstrations, and gameplay capture. The video quality is sharp and performance stays stable while I'm working. This replaces tools like OBS for simple, fast recordings, though OBS also runs on Linux if you need more advanced setups. Let's open PDF Arranger. This is a small tool but extremely useful. Sometimes you just want to combine PDFs, remove pages, rotate them, or reorder items. On Windows, people search for online tools or install big software. Here, I just open PDF Arranger, drag in my files, move pages around, and export. It saves time and works offline, which is better for privacy. Now I launch OnlyOffice. This is my main Office suite. It handles documents, spreadsheets, and presentations, just like Microsoft Office. The interface feels familiar so Windows users don't get lost. I can open Word, Excel, and PowerPoint files, edit them, and send them back without formatting breaking. For students, office workers, and business use, this is more than enough. Linux Mint also supports LibreOffice, but OnlyOffice feels closer to Microsoft's layout, which many people prefer. Next is VSCodium. This is a code editor based on Visual Studio Code, but without the Microsoft tracking parts. If you write code, scripts, websites, or even just edit text files, this tool is powerful. You get extensions, themes, debugging tools, and language support. It runs fast on Mint, and developers coming from Windows will feel at home instantly. Now I open Steam. Gaming on Linux used to be a big problem, but not anymore. Steam on Linux supports thousands of games through something called Proton, which lets Windows games run on Linux. I can browse, download, and play just like on Windows. Not every game works, but a huge number do, and the list keeps growing. Performance is often very close to Windows, especially with good drivers. Next is Spotify. Music streaming works perfectly on Linux. The desktop app looks the same as Windows. I log in, play my playlists, podcasts, and albums without any issues. This shows that daily lifestyle apps are not missing here. Let's open Telegram. Messaging is important, especially if you work online. Telegram's desktop app on Linux is smooth, fast, and fully featured. I send files, messages, voice notes, and join groups. Notifications work properly, and it feels native. Now think about daily workflow. I can edit images in GIMP, draw in Krita, record my screen with GPU recording tools, edit PDFs, write documents in OnlyOffice, code in VSCodium, upload to servers using FileZilla, relax with VLC and Spotify, game on Steam, and stay connected with Telegram. If I still need something Windows-specific, Bottles gives me that option. Linux Mint itself adds to this experience. The system is stable, fast, and doesn't force updates at bad times. It uses less resources, so older or mid-range hardware runs better. The interface is simple and traditional, so people moving from Windows don't feel lost. The biggest shift is mental, not technical. The names of apps change, but the tasks stay the same. Edit photos, write documents, watch videos, play games, communicate, create content. Everything is here. What I like most is control. I install what I want. No extra background junk, no random pop-ups, and the system slowing down over time. Updates are clean, software is easy to manage, and the system feels consistent. For anyone thinking Linux means limitations, this setup proves the opposite. With the right apps, Linux Mint becomes a complete daily driver. Work, study, creativity, and entertainment all run smoothly in one place. So this is my personal software lineup that makes me forget Windows completely. Different names, same power, sometimes even better performance. Linux Mint with these apps is not a compromise. It's a solid, modern workspace that handles real life without drama. So that's the setup, simple and practical, showing that switching systems doesn't mean losing capability. It just means using tools built with freedom and efficiency in mind. And that makes everyday computing feel lighter and more under your control.